We are welcome again. We are doing a honest self-assessment every week, and there is a measurable progress. If you follow all these, it gives you a change in your behavior and attitude, and there are practical applications in your life. And it is logically explained in a systematic approach, and still mind says, okay, I will see to it what it shows. We are going to talk about it, a very beautiful understanding of the mind. If you really understand today's lesson, those six treasures are always with you. But first thing first, Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. May there be happiness for all. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. May there be peace for all. Even when you see that there is a happiness for everyone, there is a peace for everyone, do you see what happens at the causal level? It triggers the Satoguna. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. May there be completeness in all. Let me undertake this as a seeker. Means what? There is an aspiration and understanding that I am the whole. And when I am the whole, mind, where are you running? Why are you so busy? Why you claim that you are actually busy? Why you are blaming and complaining? You are whole, not as a wanderer. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. And you can open your eyes. We have discussed if fire alarm rings, we panic, react, fear. But the alarm itself is neutral. Alarm itself is neutral. It doesn't cry. It doesn't burn. It is not the fire. It only signals the possibility of a fire. Fire alarm is same for small, for old, for each generation. Sound is the same. Can you find out, can you remain stick to this principle? Whatever is happening in the phenomenal world remains the same. It is one for everyone. Then what changes? That is what we discussed. Monday is stress. Monday is my divorce day. Monday ruined my life. Yet Monday hasn't changed. We superimpose our stories on the Monday. I gave you an example of thanks God. It is Friday. Please pay your 100% attention. How masters takes this mind to recognize that higher consciousness in us. Let us start taking an example of the science. Science, objective reality. Objective reality. Sun moves, earth moves. Around the sun, the gravitational force, electricity are for everyone. And they are same for everyone. When you are walking, earth does not say, I will give you less gravitational force and you will get more. Are you getting it? Gravitational force for me, he, she, even cute and beautiful girl. Anyhow, he has broken the chain after he found and left 3 cute and beautiful girls. Now he says, no, I have to contemplate and reflect. So every day he sends me the message that, oh, is my mind going after the pleasure? But I think that, happiness is within me. When I think it, I calm down. My mind doesn't run after. So anyhow, that is another. So what I said, problem, pain, suffering are local. I'm using the word. Gravitational force. Arizona has a hot summer. So it is hot for everyone. It's a hot for everyone. So it is universal. Huh? Pay attention if you do not understand, so we can have a discussion on that. Light, universal. But my problem, pain, and the suffering is local. I have a headache. I feel life has a headache. I'm scared for taking vaccine. So what happens in that? That local, a small syringe, and I feel that I'm scared, the whole body. Vaccine is so small that you do not even feel, but I'm scared. What I'm saying, my perception, my pain, my suffering is local, are local. But then we will ask the question why it is local. Science is a universal language. When we talk about gravity, it's force that acts the same way on everyone and everything. So whether you are a scientist, a child, or the same way, the apple falls on the ground the same way due to the gravitational force. It is universal. I'm invoking one very unique principle. This is an example of objective reality. It exists independently of our individual thoughts and feelings. The sun and earth move in predictable ways. Now consider something like sorrow or loneliness. If I tell you I'm suffering from loneliness, then you are not suffering from loneliness. It is local. I'm explaining further. Now I'm giving an. You just got married and feel joyful. Our experiences are vastly different. Our experiences are based on perception and knowledge. So if my perception and knowledge is limited, I will be stressful. My loneliness is local, limited, confined to me, based on my perception. It is not something you are experiencing alongside me. If you say you have a headache, it is not universal. I don't feel the headache. If I constantly dwell on my pain, you might understandably feel uncomfortable or want to distance yourself from me. This highlights a crucial distinction of what? While scientific principles are universal, everyone asks, science can prove it. Our emotional states are often deeply personal and subjective. Did you understand? One thing that all the phenomena of the natural phenomena of the nature are universal. Water is H2O here in Arizona. It is also H2O in Japan. or in India. So, can I become aware of this fact that I create suffering, I feel suffering, I experience pain based on my limited perception? It is not universal. Our minds have a powerful ability to amplify the problem, pain, and the suffering. Think about a simple headache. If I have a headache, my mind might tell me, all life has a headache, it's better to skip the session, extending a temporary discomfort into a broad, pessimistic view of existence. That is why I did not leave even a single session. It doesn't mean that this body doesn't have challenges. Body has challenges. Are you understanding? Consider the same example of a vaccine. Many people might be scared of getting a vaccine. My honey, we just, couple of months ago we went for a COVID vaccine. What will happen to me? Nothing has happened to you. You have already taken 3 vaccines. My mind perceived localizing that event. That is why I have an emotional problem. I have a mental problem. Many people might be scared of getting a vaccine, even if the needle is incredibly small and the physical sensation is minimal. Perception. Are you getting it? Because their limited perception might transform that tiny needle into a hole through my whole body. I will divorce small issues, small thought, amplified. My suffering, my pain, my problem is local. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. May there be happiness for all. Are you getting it? Sorrow and pleasure aren't always situational, they are often internal states with the mind, shaped by our perception, by our knowledge, by our experience. So when I look at my own mind, I inquire, I contemplate and reflect, I analyze, I find my mind has amplified this problem, which is a local problem. It is not universal. Flood is universal. But flooding of thoughts in my mind is local. You have to think a lot, contemplate a lot. And the moment you arrive at a decision, intellect has a conviction. You need not to worry about those 6 treasures. They are always, you will find, oh, they are with me. 2 people can be in the exact same external situation. Now, I'm explaining further. Yet one experiences the joy and other experiences the misery. Situation outside is the same, purely democratic. Imagine a rainy day. One person might feel depressed and confined, seeing the rain as a symbol of gloom. Another might feel refreshed and peaceful, enjoying the sound and the cool air. The rain itself is objective. But my internal responses are vastly different, determined by their individual mental framework. mental framework. So, what the mind does: perception, knowledge, experience. So, whenever I have a pain, anxiety, duality, conflict, let me check my perception, let me check my knowledge, let me check my experience. Perception: incredibly small needle for COVID virus, but my whole body amplifies that fear. That needle, syringe, is the same for everyone. An ignorant mind, now I'm coming to in the language of Eastern wisdom, an ignorant mind with a limited perception, knowledge, and experience tends to squeeze the situation into a narrow, constrained view. In relationship, it lacks the broader understanding or perspective, and then what happens? Then I say I am suffering, I have a lot of problems, and then we continue with the suffering, there is no end to it. Limited perception results in delusion. Delusion leads to suffering. Why? Because I am living in ignorance. Understand it again. First is limited perception. We only see a small part of the whole picture. Like looking through a keyhole, we miss the vast room beyond. Why? Perception, knowledge, experience, where they are located. They are located in the mind. Believing the tiny vaccine needle will cause significant harm. Wearing blinkers. Limited perception. Limited knowledge, our understanding of the situation or concept is incomplete. Enough is enough. Now, soulmate, couple of years ago, divorce now. That example fits, you can apply that example anywhere. Can't you say to the mind why you are looking the whole room through a keyhole? Hold on, limited knowledge. Not understanding the science behind the vaccine or how they work safely. Trying to solve a complex puzzle with half the pieces missing in our life. Limited perception, limited knowledge, limited experience. We lack the diverse encounters that would broaden our perspective. We don't want to broaden our perspective. We remain localized. We remain focused. While we remain focused, I have amplified my expectations from you. You cannot meet my expectations. Hence, I have a problem with you. That problem is local. That problem is not universal. Are you thinking? I'm simply saying I started gravitational force, it is same for everyone. But my perception is local. Sun rises in the same way in the morning. My perception is local, then it becomes a bad morning or it becomes a good morning. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? Absorb this. You are communicating to someone, including your honey and your relationship. Something happens. Your perception is local. If you have anxiety, if you have duality, if you have conflict, if you have problem, if you have anger, if you have hesitation, it is local. And local because of your limited perception, knowledge and experience. Get rid of it. That localized is you are living in ignorance, in delusion. We believe things that aren't true, like the idea that a small syringe, again I'm taking, small little needle can destroy my whole body. Oh, I'm scared, what will happen? And it remains local. First time I have taken it. It happened in my house. I'm not giving it. Oh, are you seeking sympathy? What the heck? What you are doing? Our internal narrative becomes more real than external reality. I'm adding one more statement. Our internal narrative, coming from limited perception, knowledge, and experience, appears more real than external reality. That is what the delusion is, suffering is. Suffering is. Person suffering, claiming it is right thinking. We understood the sixth step. Person suffering with a doubtful thinking. Now we follow the same process. People, person suffering, person still suffering. But now I recognize the mistake. What the heck, such a small needle? I feel that kind of pressure in lot of ways. So I recognize the mistake. Now I move to the fourth step. People suffering, but with the humility. I recognize the mistake. No, let me face it. So when I face it, my limited perception, knowledge, and experience, that amplification is gone. Fifth step, I become a seeker. What I am seeking is the path of the Shreyas. What is all this? It is all about Satsang. Majority of your delusion in the suffering will evaporate by just listening these principles. You stick to one thing. What is universal and what is local? I have a problem with you. Is it local? Others do not have a problem with you. Then I inquire what problem I have with me. 6 steps. And once you move with the reflection and analysis with the 6th step, what is the 6th step? What is right, good, and proper? What is universal? Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. You are also seeking happiness. I'm also seeking happiness. Let us sit together and talk about happiness instead of blaming, complaining, reacting, and entering into anxiety. The life moves in a. If you are not ready, then I will keep a distance. I will find other options, but I'm now stick to it. So the very satsang, listening to these principles, reflecting on this, helps you get rid of the 50% of your problems. Do you remember the wisdom circle? That wisdom circle works during the listening. Do you remember the 11 steps? So those 11 steps tells you that, oh world, there is a defect in the worldly pleasure. Why? I become local. I'm not universal. Gravitational is universal, sunlight is universal, air, I can feel the air, you can also feel the air. That is universal. I make it local. I don't like this. Can you switch off the fan? We do it, you believe it or not. You have from today, you have to rise in awareness. We do it every day, minimum 300 to 400 times. Non-verbal level, at the speech level, at the level of our action. We become local. Why? Limited perception, knowledge, and experience causes the delusion, causes the ignorance, causes the suffering. Otherwise, those six treasures, the water is everywhere. I only focus on the waves. You are with the six treasures. I don't see that. It's a complex and difficult for you. But why it is local, that is what we are trying to understand. So we are saying it is because of the ignorance, it is because of our delusion. So by listening and learning, contemplation and reflection, we are removing the dirt from the mirror of the mind. I want to see the things clearly. Every thought contains, it is a product of knowledge. That is why we follow the 3 steps: listening, learning, contemplation, and reflection, and then we do the practice. In the meditation practice, I told you before also that we settle the intellect to 100% conviction what knowledge we received from listening. So satsang not only purifies the mind, it sets the intention, it removes the dirt, it invokes the higher power, it makes it instantly helps you to recognize problem is local. Why? Because of ignorance. The world outside does not say I am in ignorance. I say I have to recognize. Go to the 6 steps. But before that, wisdom circle and 11 steps. So if you have really understood those 11 steps and the wisdom circle, you can extract. Then what happens? Monday is not a problem. Friday is not always full of pleasure. Yes, let us discuss, more openly discuss, and tell me what is your understanding. It is all about objective and subjective perception. Is light not universal? Because of the presence of the light we are able to see? Some people hide themselves. It's okay. Yes, come to the discussion. What did you understand? I have a past impression. I learned from the modern psychology and society. The mother always has been crazy for me, so now that impression is local. It has a limited perception. It is lying sleeping. Now the mom comes in front of me. So I will see that women with a limited perception. So where is the problem? Is it a social problem?
I really like the analogy, looking through the keyhole at the whole room, because I think that for me that really illustrates one of the we get attached to the keyhole as being everything, but the reality is behind the keyhole is this vast universe. So we need to understand we're being limited by the keyhole.
Definitely. And that keyhole is the limited perception, knowledge, and experience. Where they are located in my mind. Why? It is vasana, it is the past impression, it is the memories. And I'm not able to make my mind free of them. And those memories, I'm so lonely. You are born lonely. Come on, what you're talking about. Not only discuss but apply in life. Sorry. The moment you have a pain, so is this pain universal? No. Mind will instantly say no. Then follow the 6 steps. Follow. Move the mind into Shreyas. You are free. Where? When? Here and now. Yes, Jerry, what do you want to say?
Thank you, sir. The attention and the attachment has to be with Satsang. So with our true self, and then everything else that we experience is just that. It comes and it goes, and there'll be, there's thousands of impressions, and there'll be 1,000 more. So we have to just look at it like that and be really rooted in our true self.
Beautiful. You see, Jerry, and everyone, you see that our masters deal the same subject in many ways. Whether you see attachment, detachment, it will work. Delusion will work. Ignorance will work. Limited perception versus the universal perception, it will work. So what the masters are doing, they open up our mind. They want to break this limited perception of delusion. You can create your own rule. The moment I have any problem, I will check it. Is it limited, local, or universal? And then see what happens to your mind. You'll have a smile on your face. Oh my goodness. Needle versus the Russia-Ukraine war. People are getting hurt, bleeding. Taking a vaccine is, I don't know, people, sometimes I feel that people are overacting. Well, yes. Yes, anyone. Dennis, you want to say that?
Perception and feelings are not to be trusted, they are to be questioned.
Yes.
That's my summary. And one of the ways to question the perception, as you explained today, is to localize it, to understand that perception is not something universal, not something imposed by the nature, and feeling is not something I must feel this exact way. Anything or anyone who is seemingly causing my suffering actually neutral, and the suffering exists in my local perception only. Perception, feelings, and suffering come from my local ignorance. So instead of blindly trusting my local perception, I have to remove my local ignorance. And this locality also explains or proves that I can remove only my own ignorance. I cannot remove the ignorance of others, because that ignorance is not local.
Yeah. Beautifully said. We will talk about it. That ignorance is universal, and I have to get rid of the local ignorance caused by my perception, my limited perception. And you rightly said it needs to be questioned. Now go opposite. Just remind yourself what happens in this. I know that guy is crazy. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I will look into it. You see, the other guy impresses you. The guy wants to prove that the other guy is how crazy he or she is. But you are proving that you are crazy. Because you have a limited perception. Do you see that point? So we have to deal these stuff every day in our life, and we have to see how to deal with it. How to deal? By questioning inside, expressing outside. What happens then? You are calm and relaxed. Yes, do you want to say anything, Brandy? You are proving me wrong? Many people tell me that you are proving me wrong, that guy is so much crazy. You have no way to peace and happiness. Yes, Brandy.
My summary or takeaway is similar to everyone else's, but put another way, and it's just simply that the things that seem like problems are really just are the perception, the issue in our mind. It's not like it's either neutral or something else or whatever, but when something really bothers us, the mind's the problem, not the situation.
Yes, we don't have a problem. We enter into our house, we go to the mall, it's very cold. It is universal. So if I question what is local in me, and I recognize that delusion, get rid of the delusion, that is another way to experience whether I'm universal or transcendental or not. If I don't remove this localized perception and experiences, we cannot experience that all the waves are nothing but they are the water. But the process is that you apply it, it's local or universal. Get rid of the local by questioning, by reflecting, and you will see the life changes. When? There and then. It doesn't take too much of time. Think, allow your intellect to explain to you that how it works in your life, where you have been localized, and then you will see the life changes. Yes, Vaibhav, you want to say something, or Terry?
Thank you, sir. So my understanding is like even my false I and ego is local to me, and from there I'll see this world. So every prediction that I make is limited to in that scope. And if I see anything beyond the false I, like everything which I see is actually biased based on my likings and dislikings. So I don't see the real picture, I see the biases which is there in my head. So
beautifully said. Another approach. One master simply says, where there is a ego, there is a suffering. Where there is no ego, there is a freedom. There is an awakening. Naham tada moksho, tadaham tada bandhanam. So that is another explanation. Master says, I am of the nature of pure consciousness, which is existence, absolute consciousness, and absolute ananda, permanent happiness. It is here and now. And we are in the beginning approaching through the 6 treasures. Otherwise, the mind with billions of impressions will say that, oh, look at this guy, I will not attend his session. He is totally crazy. How can we get rid of the stress and suffering and pain? And a local anesthesia, you don't feel the pain in the teeth. Pain in absentia. But now, can I approach it consciously? Answer is yes. That is where the self-discovery is located. In any case, in any situation, in any physical, mental, and emotional challenges, once you discover, you question, you doubt, you start with a doubt, recognize the mistake, get rid of it, you will find that you are with the six treasures. We have yet to discuss about these six treasures. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed. Place, position, and posture. Can you perceive universally place? You're sitting on the earth planet. Is it possible? It's all about limited perception and universal perception. Universal position. Why? Change the perception. I am of the nature of real self, which is consciousness. So there is no place where the consciousness is not. So there is the universal position. You see how Satsang helps you to change your perception. We continue doing the same practice of meditation, yes, but without knowledge, it will not work. It did not work in the past. Being comfortable, moving the mind, sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Did you recognize? Can you, instead of local, can you make it universal? By knowledge, by reflecting. And everyone can make it universal in many ways, but you land up to the same thing. Sensation is common, nomenclature is different. Are you getting it? Labeling is different. Comfort is the same universally. I find being comfortable in lotus pose while giving you a lesson. You don't find it. Pertains to the body, localized. Do you see that? Otherwise, the comfort is still there. You change the position and comfort returns. So there's steadiness. Can I live into that state all the time? We brag. Should I use the word brag? Yes. We brag. No, I find totally uncomfortable with this guy. Please don't invite him. You are a special being. We don't recognize that we have become localized. We blame others. Being carefree. Being carefree. Today I'll take up that knower in the known. Carefree means I see what is my perception, what is my knowledge, what is my experience. Descending into mind, I will question. How I question? You are separate from me. Let's have a universal question. You are separate from me. I have an acute pain or I have an intense pleasure. Okay, I have an experience. Both are separate from me. Are you understanding? not only understanding, but you're living into that state of being carefree. Carefree. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. So, can we see the Mangalacharan helps me to move the mind from local to universal based on the Eastern wisdom? Answer is yes. Science makes me universal looking at the phenomena of the nature, and the Eastern wisdom makes me universal, or you can say transcendental, by its own principle. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. May there be happiness for all. So it means when I am intensively seeking happiness for everyone, this is known as the service to the human being. I'm going to pick up that principle later. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir. May there be peace for all. Can I perceive that peace universally? Can I see the water in all the waves? I may like one wave, I may dislike one wave. So I question that and I say peace is there. You are transforming your life. You are applying that in your personal, professional, social, and family life. From today, I hope you don't get upset in any situation, location, relations. Why? Local. If you are not upset, then I will say that you have heard, digested today's lesson. Sarvesham, Sarvesham Puranam Bhavatu. May there be completeness in wholeness. Sarvesham, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness. So when you remove what is local in your perception, knowledge and experience, what is left? Auspiciousness. So is it already there? Yes. It is always there? Yes. It always remains as it is? Yes. Looking inside the forehead in the space, pick a point in the space. Don't you think that this is another way to be a transcendental? How can mind picks up a point in the space? It will merge into the space. And then you start breathing long, deep in the hissing breath into your belly. Continue. Long, deep in the hissing breath into the belly. Can you recall each and every aspect of the knowledge you are inhaling? When you inhale, the belly expands like a balloon. When you exhale, the belly squeezes like a balloon. It's a deep, long in the hissing breath. You hear the hissing sound, and there is a total expansion of the belly and total contraction. Then come to the mind. The mind, because it is local, so it says, no, I cannot do it for long. You get rid of it by power of endurance. That is what the titiksha is, the fourth treasure of the mind. So we are checking, can I move into that fourth treasure naturally in my life? we'll understand every treasure of the mind. So, mind contains that treasure. Continue long, deep in the hissing breath, and the mind, I said, picked up a point in the space inside the forehead. What it means, the mind is not chasing the local perception, knowledge, and experiences. Pay attention, it is so deep and it is so easy. It's a common sense. Continue breathing. It is like you're watching a movie, absorbed into the movie, but your hands are still working. It picks up the popcorn and puts into the mouth. That popcorn putting into the mouth is your breathing, and you are absorbed. Mind is not looking for local. The more and more you reflect, you become the teacher to yourself. Keep on teaching if you have that profession, or start expressing yourself. Continue. Long, deep in the hissing breath into your belly, endurance, and then your mind jumps into the joy of doing. Why? There is no local perception knowledge to interfere. Such a subtle understanding. And if you are committed to transform, you will. And now leave this. Start breathing deep, silent and slow vinyasa. As you inhale, start moving the mind from the top center of the head down into the spine, reaching to the tailbone, singing Om Shanti. As you exhale, the mind moves from the tailbone up, reaching to the top center of the head, singing Om Shanti. You're aware of the spine, you're aware of the movement of the mind, you're aware of the Om Shanti, you're aware. So you see that? That is what the Nyasa is. And you can find that it helps, Nyasa helps in the next step. So we are understanding each step in a deeper, subtler way. And that is why I say that it's a common sense approach. Eastern wisdom has a common sense approach. It is not interested in raising your IQ, it is interested in emotional quotient at the peak level. And allow the breath to be normal flow of the breath, awareness of the flow of the breath. If they are equal flow, wonderful. Not, still wonderful. Mind is free from the limited perception. You may experience the sense of the calmness. That is the moment. Move the mind inside the heart, visualize the triangle, and drop the Shanti on each side of the triangle, moving the mind clockwise and anti-clockwise. You have to reflect more and more. I explained you a couple of things about this triangle. When it is pointing apart, it symbolizes the rise in consciousness. The three sides of a triangle, the power of knowledge, the power of intention, and the power of action. Three sides, Jnana Shakti, Ichha Shakti, and Kriya Shakti. They are embedded together. And once you experience that there is a sync, means the mind is already calm. It is free from the local perception. That is the moment you push the mind deep inside the cave of your heart with singing mind seemingly stops. That is the moment you simply sit mentally shanti and stay there into that state. So you see that the waves may still be there, but mind which amplified the waves, local perception with the name in the form, is transcended to see the vast ocean. Is that self-absorption you are saying? Yes. Are you not aware of the wave? Yes, but they are too far to disturb you. Can I say it is a simultaneous awareness? Yes. In the highest meditation, mind that has created a local perception of many waves dissolves, because then it has only a perception of the water, the metaphor of an ocean. What? Yes. So now that I is consciousness pervading everywhere, on the surface I recognize here is Dennis, here is Jerry, here is David, but deeper inside I recognize that's altogether another level. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You have to do the practice again and again with that understanding. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it in your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. Let's share our experiences. How are you, David and Jay?
Thank you. Very quiet, very peaceful, very flowing, very easy, high energy, very little distractions. Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. How are you, Jay?
Sir, I'm good. Very peaceful, calm. And I think just keeping that peace and calm during all of the situations that will occur through our days is the goal.
Yes, that is the goal. It means that I'm applying these principles in my daily life. Not only you're applying, your mind is fully aware if such situation comes. When you are communicating with the people, you see the situation outside, your mind brings forth these principles, they become alive. It's a beautiful, beautiful. How are you, Brandy?
Thank you. I'm good. My meditation was good. And I was thinking about how sometimes, even if you don't study Eastern wisdom, you're kind of forced to recognize that a lot of your perceptions are trivial when you do go through something that's actually traumatizing. You know, like if you lose someone unexpectedly or you're in war or something, you go, oh my gosh, I'm spending all that time worried about things that didn't really matter, that weren't really problems. And so I don't know, I continue to kind of reflect about the lesson with that, but at the same time really calm and in the space, in the universal space. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Do you apply these principles to your students? They are crazy, you know. They don't understand.
They're not crazy, they're just young. Which, you know, I mean, I guess there's its own argument there, but just getting them to, you know, do their schoolwork is a thing.
In every argument, it is a local perception. Recognize it, shift it. Because that is the challenge in our life, because we have to, after all, we have to live. We are not going into the Himalayas and becoming a monk. We are becoming a monk here and now, in our daily life. Beautiful, thank you. How are you, Dennis?
Today my mind settled in peace and calmness even before the breathing, and the breathing deepened it, and then there was just a lost dark space with the continuity of perception of the space, while everything else was of less or no importance.
Beautiful. Yes, I want to pick up one point so that you can remember it or you can apply, you all can. Action is not knowledge, and knowledge is not action. So action part in the meditation was breathing. Was the breathing. And the knowledge is what we say the perception, a level of awareness. So ultimately all meditation practices should follow knowledge. Action part has to be dropped. When it has to be dropped? when we find that mind is not localized now, mind is not picking up the false side, you can drop it. So it means what? You can be into that state anytime, anywhere. You don't say, oh, let me breathe first, meditate, and then I will respond to you. How are you, Vaibhav? Then we'll go to Terry.
Thank you, sir. The mind was calm. And one thing I realized that if I learn that whatever coming in my head is localized and is not complete, and there's more to the reality to this, then it will drop my impulsive nature also. Then I will not look for the action or reaction, but I will look for that how can I deal with it with more information. So that is one of my understanding today.
Beautifully said. And something pops up in my mind of the subtle principles. Remember, we have to get rid of those local perceptions which causes the duality, delusion, and ignorance. Otherwise, local perception, it is now the local perception. I'm sitting at my home, you are sitting there. I know Dennis may ask that question, so I'm answering beforehand. Can I have a water? Yes. I told you not to bring the glass, I told you to bring the water. You bring the glass also. Localized. It is universal. So that local is also, where are you living? I live in India. It is not causing any problem. Why Eastern wisdoms become so challenging? It follows the paradox logic. I know you know what is paradox logic. You don't say now, you go home and you say, why to go home? It is, I'm living on the earth. Then you are crazy. I can sleep anywhere. The cop in US cop will pick you up if you are sleeping by this side of anyone. It's a paradox logic. Our mind should settle into that. As a speaker, I'm local, but I'm talking of transcendental. That is the mystery of, that is the mystery. Terry, do you want to say something?
Just everything, just that everything local, I see it as need to be dropped. And in order to see that.
Yes, in order to see that highest state of consciousness. What the message you conveying? Basically, we are absolute existence, consciousness, and bliss appears as a local, not the reverse. We are not essentially local approaching transcendental. We are transcendental appears as a local. Are you getting it? Are you getting it?
I like the way you put it just now.
And I like you for, I don't want to say it, but you are doing good. That is all for today. Thank you. We'll meet again.
Thank you, sir.
Namaste.